We're going back to the Federal Reserve Bank in San Francisco on November 24th, 2012. So I hope you guys will come out and join us. Ladies too, everybody's welcome, of course. As the value of the dollar bill drops, prices are going to go up, and any holiday season shopper will probably tell you how much money they spend on holiday gifts every year. And some might even tell you that it seems like 10 to 20 years ago, what you could get for $20 would cost you $100 now today. And thus we have Black Friday, Black Saturday, Black Sunday maybe, Black Monday, which is a stupid name anyway, but whatever. The whole point is that we do want to end the Federal Reserve Bank, and we want to end their reign over our money, our U.S. currency. We'd like to get rid of them for a number of reasons. John F. Kennedy wanted to get rid of them, and I think many people don't understand why we even need them. So it's kind of like, somebody takes over a company, comes in and does a little house cleaning, and sees, okay, well, this person does this guy does that, looks at the Federal Reserve Bank and says, what do they do? What have they ever done for us? Let's see, we created them in 1913, had the Great Depression, and it's been getting worse ever since. Why do we need these guys again? And I think that's all that people like Ron Paul and some of these other people, that's what they're really talking about when they talk about end the Fed. Some people want to ignore the Fed, which is cool. It's better than joining them, but we want to end them. I want to end them. I'm sure that anybody who helped found this country would want to end them too. I'm sure anybody who can see what corrupt bankers do would want to end the Federal Reserve reign that they have over the U.S. government right now, where it's kind of intertwined. Something that should be a private bank is seen and viewed and hypothesized as a part of the government, and they kind of are, but they kind of are not. And they were not there when when there was talk about never having a central bank of the U.S. and what the result of a central bank would be, what the result of paper would be. Thomas Jefferson would say, paper is poverty. It is the ghost of money, not real money, not money itself. That's true. I mean, that's so true and so relevant right now that it just makes you wonder, God works in strange ways. But we do plan to end the Fed. It will happen. It will be done. We're either going to force their hand and they're going to end it and move on to some other evil, which will probably happen, or we're going to have to physically end it. And that's only going to come when they come after us, because everyone that I know who was a part of the End the Fed movement, in the Fed, in the wars, anyone who was a part of that is a peaceful person and does not want to hurt people unless they are being hurt. Would not want to hurt people unless it's in self-defense. And that's what I like about this whole in the Fed thing, but this is personal, and like my friend Sonny would say, you make it personal to people, and that's pretty much it. That's how you're going to get people to come out and stand on street corners and stuff like that. And even if you don't want to say anything, just stand with us. Even if you don't want to stand with us, stand across the street. Post about it. I don't know. Do whatever you feel like doing. But please come out and join us on November 24th, 2012. We will do what we can to end the Federal Reserve Bank. It is going to happen. Their their time is up. Their time is over. It is time to restore our Constitution in many ways. First and foremost, you have to get rid of the Federal Reserve Bank. I want a constitutional restoration like we are 1776. But that is only going to come if we begin the restoration by getting rid of the Federal Reserve System. You get rid of the Federal Reserve Act, and then you can really bring about real change, because then you are cutting off one of the snakes. Not the snake, but you're cutting off one of the snakes right at the head. And that's what we want to do, because time is short. We do want to maximize our time management and those type of things. So let's cut it off. Let's get rid of the Fed. What do we need them for? We didn't need them until 1913, really 1907, when the big, the big scare happened in 1907 with these stock markets. So some people might see that as a false flag that helped create the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. So whatever you want to say, we do not control our own money. So it is just like you not being able to control your own money, which in a sense is true right now. But let's just say you have $50 in your pocket and you can't do anything with that $50. You're going to give that $50 to your friend, and then he is going to give you the $50 back, but you're going to have to pay him for his services. So you might get $40 back, maybe, and over time that gets less and less and less, maybe. So it gets to the point where you just start thinking, what do we need the Federal Reserve Bank for? What is their purpose, and is their purpose helping this country? And in my estimation, it is not helping. It is hurting this country. It is hurting the people in this nation. It is hurting the people who fought so that we would not have taxation without representation and those type of things. It is hurting the people who died for this country for one reason, and might look at the country now and say, this is not the country that I died for. This is not the country that I fought for. And this is not the country that I believe in. This is the country that has taken over my country. And the country that has taken over our country is the global world order. It is the one world government. It is the Illuminati. In the Fed 212, we come back November 24th, 2012. We return to the Federal Reserve banks, especially in San Francisco, where we will be looking at all of the holiday shoppers and conversing with them, just as we did on September 22nd. So we're going to honor John F. Kennedy and all the efforts that he put forth to end the Federal Reserve Bank and their reign. What John F. Kennedy did to try to get rid of the Federal Reserve Bank's reign over our currency in the United States is something that we want to celebrate on November 24th too. It's a good thing. It is Executive Order 1110, and it is to basically abolish the Federal Reserve Bank and return the currency power to the Treasury of the United States, where it should be, where it always was before them. So basically all he wanted to do was restore our constitutional values, which is a good thing. You know, there might be some things in the Constitution that you want to change, you want to get rid of, but keep in mind the good things that were changed and the bad things that were changed. And you can see how the Constitution and our system can work for us and work against us. We can get more rights through the Constitution, and yet we can give up more power through the Constitution. And that's why it's important for all of us to pay attention to what's happening as much as we possibly can, or to find people that we can get good, reliable information from, to find good sites, find good places. So it just depends how much time you actually have to do the research. Not everybody has that much time for it. So, and there will be things where you won't have time. You'll have to make a snap, quick judgment. Okay, well, is this right or is this wrong? So I hope you do so with knowledge. So thank you for your time, and we will end the Fed.